Bold takes.
If they don't make it to the finals, then this might be one of the biggest L's in NBA history.
Hot topics.
All right, well, I want to give you an apology. Tyrese Halliburton may have proved me wrong.
The best analysis.
But Jokic, he might be the best player in the league this season. He really might be the MVP.
This is the Full Court Report.
And we're back.
This is the Full Court Report.
This is indeed the Full Court Report. Season 2, Episode 2.
What's going on?
How's everybody doing?
We're doing all right.
Chilling. You already know.
Nice. You guys been taking in any of Olympic Games? That's really the big sports. Nobody cares about the MLB right now, Toby.
I still care.
Saw a little bit of the Spain and Australia game, I believe, a couple days ago. And I saw the USA-Serbia game, and that's about it.
All right.
Yeah, I watched, can't even remember. I think I watched Germany play somebody, and they won. And I watched the USA game. So that's about it.
Jeez. I
And
feel
some
like I should
highlights.
know that. I feel like Germany played, like, Japan? I don't know.
I think
That
so.
sounds right.
I think
But
so.
yeah, I mean that's basically what we're going to talk about today. A lot of Team USA stuff, a lot of Olympic stuff. Yeah. Anything else you guys want us to mention before we get into it?
Not really. No. I got nothing to say. It's the
All right.
offseason.
Yeah,
Fair
let's
enough.
get it
Yeah.
going.
Not really much going on. Fair enough. Well, as you guys mentioned, Team USA, they played the men's team, of course. They played their first group stage game Sunday morning. They played against Serbia, Nikola Jokic. Oh, wrong way. This guy behind me, right here. USA won 110-84. Durant, who didn't play in any of the exhibition games for Team USA. He came off the bench for the United States. He scored 23 points. He only missed one shot, hit 5 threes. LeBron had a big game, 21 points. Yes, easy money sniper, the Slim Reaper. But LeBron had a big game, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. And Joel Embiid, he had just 4 points in 11 minutes, even though he was a starter for Team USA. So, a lot to talk about here. But I kind of want to start with this. If you guys were Steve Kerr, who would your starting lineups be? Against Serbia, at least. He started LeBron, Embiid, Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, and Steph Curry. So if you guys were on that coaching staff, who would your starting 5 be?
I'll let you take this one, Toby.
All right, so point guard, I got Steph Curry. Obvious choice was Steve Kerr. As much as I'd love to see Ant, I actually like Drew at the 2. I think that's a good pick. Switch things up a little bit. I will put LeBron James at the 3. Feel like he's naturally fitting there. And KD at the 4. Feel like they can switch on and off, between the 3 and the 4. And then I like Embiid at the 5. I think he's the best American center right now.
American center?
I mean,
Yeah,
hey. I'll take him on the USA team, but
you say.
a little controversy there with that one. But I don't know, Toby. I think the actual obvious choice for point guard would be to put LeBron James at the 1.
Wow.
LeBron at the 1, Steph at the 2, Jayson Tatum at small forward, Durant at the 4, and Embiid at the 5. That's the death lineup right there, bro. You take the 5 best players on that team and you just play them together. Like,
The 5 best players. What about Kevin Durant?
he's there. He's at the 4.
Oh, okay. All right.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, I like I kind of like the rotation that Team USA has. I think they have a good balance with their starters and their bench. But just based on what I've seen through like their exhibition games and then of course their game against Serbia, I would do Steph at the 1. Drew Holiday, keep him in the starting lineup at the 2. I would have Durant and LeBron, I guess kind of as your wings, forwards, whatever you want to call them. And then I would actually have Anthony Davis as the starting center.
Why?
I just feel like Anthony Davis has been really good for Team USA this year. Defensively, I mean, he's a monster. And I feel like, I don't know. Embiid, yes, is probably like the most talented overall, like big on the roster. And, going into next NBA season, he's probably going to have, probably the best season of all these guys. But I think when it comes to playing with all these other superstars and having to kind of change the way he plays, he doesn't look as, he doesn't look like Joel Embiid. He doesn't look like Sixers Joel Embiid. He doesn't look like the MVP. So I feel like putting Anthony Davis in there makes them a better team, just in terms of a collective, But that's just my opinion. I don't know if you guys have anything to say.
I mean, that's pretty bold take. But I do understand why you like Drew Holiday in the starting lineup too much, because the one issue with my lineup that I suggested is most of the size is in the starting lineup. You don't have either Tatum or Durant coming off the bench like you would want. It's either they would have Holiday, they would have Booker, Edwards, and then their only other size off the bench would be AD and Bam.
That's why you're sleeping on Drew at the 2. I think he's the perfect balance of defense on that team.
Yeah, you guys might be right. But if it's coming down to the wire for some reason, if any of these games come down to the wire, I think you're going to want my lineup in. To take it down.
You might be right about that. You might be right about that.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You really can't go wrong. It's Team USA, These guys are all NBA players, all a bunch of all-stars. So it's really not like, you're going to make a bad decision here. But again, I feel like it's just finding balance. Because what I've noticed, at least, is that they like to play, they have their starting 5, and then they just sub out everyone. Whenever they do make their substitutions, they just bring in a whole new 5, and they kind of just play kind of as one unit. And it's rare to see, like, someone just come in for one guy at a time, unless they have, like, they're in foul trouble or something. But that hasn't really happened.
I mean, it's basically an all-star team. Like, everybody has to have their minutes. Plus, like, the team is so good, like, everybody will pretty much mesh together pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But so far, I think last summer during, like, the World Cup, Steve Kerr kind of got a lot of flack for how he was coaching that team. And obviously they didn't win gold, but I feel like he's doing a pretty solid job so far. Obviously, I think he's got a little bit more talent on this roster, but
I think he's an underrated coach. He gets people like Justin disrespect him just because he had good players on his team. But I mean, he literally created the system.
Hey, man, I did the same thing with Eric Spoelstra back in the day when LeBron and Wade were on the Heat. Biggest hater. Coming from a Knicks fan, hated to see them winning. So I would always be yapping, if I had LeBron and Wade, I could coach that team. So I was doing the same thing with Steve Kerr, bro. If I had Steph, KD, and Clay, I could bring them to a championship.
Hey, man, that's what we all think. And then you get on that sideline. It's a whole different story.
I don't know if Toby could get it done. Toby probably wouldn't have got it done.
Well, I'm also glad it's a NBA coach too, not a college coach anymore. No offense.
You didn't like Coach K?
I don't know. I thought Coach K was nice, Toby.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's different. You know.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, man. I think Team USA, they're doing really well right now. But kind of a big story. I don't know if this is really a big story, but one of the storylines that's come from that Serbia game was Jayson Tatum, the aforementioned Jayson Tatum, did not play at all against Serbia. Was a healthy scratch for Team USA. And what's weird, I guess, I don't know if we want to really take into account what he did during the NBA season, but obviously was, a champion this year with the Boston Celtics. He was also the only American on the All-NBA first team this year. So say what you want about, say what you want to, you can believe whatever you want about Tatum, but I think we can all agree he's one of the best players in the NBA. And it was a little strange seeing him, again, be a healthy scratch against Serbia. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you guys have any thoughts? Do you think that was the right decision? Do you think he'll play moving forward? What do you think?
I was telling Toby before the show, it might be a yap fest from my end, and I think this is where it might start. Social media has been saying that Steve Kerr's been planting seeds to break up the Celtics, and I had asked you, Jorie, who it was that was talking about Brown and Tatum during the playoffs. Some of you guys might remember Jason Kidd was trying to say that Jaylen Brown is the best player on the Celtics. I think Steve Kerr, little collusion, little Western Conference rival collusion trying to take down the East. He might be following Jason Kidd's footsteps, trying to plant the seeds to dismantle this team.
Oh gosh,
I highly disagree with that. I like conspiracies, but I don't know about that one. I just think the team is. I mean, it's hard to say because it's Jayson Tatum, but the team is just too deep. There's too many players that can do what he does that you'd rather start or you'd rather have off the bench. I'm just saying. And plus, KD and LeBron, we're both going off. You're not going to put in Jayson Tatum.
No.
Although it is kind of weird that he didn't get a single minute. Like
I don't care if Steve Kerr says he feels like an idiot for not playing him. He did that on purpose, bro. I do not care what you have to say. He did that on purpose.
No, I don't think so. I think you're looking too deep into it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Serbia, obviously they have Jokic, but I feel like they have like a lot of bigs and a lot of guards. They don't really have like a lot of wing players. And so I think that could be part of the reason, just like matchup. Like you said, you already have LeBron and Durant out there, and then you need a big to guard Jokic. So, that kind of takes up the front court spots. And then, are you going to bench Steph Curry? Or are you going to bench Drew Holiday? Are you going to bench your best shooter? And then are you going to bench maybe your best perimeter defender on the team? I don't know if that makes sense. And then, from there, kind of just, like you said, it's hard to manage a team full of all-stars. Someone's going to be unhappy at the end of the day. But if you're willing to make the sacrifice, then you'll walk out of here with a gold medal. And I think that's probably what's going to end up happening for this team. But I think just moving forward, I feel like we could see a change. I think they play South Sudan next. So it could be a totally different game plan. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe someone else gets benched.
So you don't think it was any kind of shenanigans?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm looking too deep into that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it really. I don't know.
Especially, I don't think a West Coast team would go that hard on it to go after like an East Coast team, even though they did play each other in the finals.
Right.
But
you got to look ahead, Toby. You got to look ahead.
Crazier things have happened. I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of feels a little out there, Who knows? I mean, it could be beneficial, You're not playing Tatum and he's getting some rest. gonna rest up for the season. No wear and tear on those legs. It could be a good thing for him. Who knows? You might be looking at it the wrong way.
Yeah,
He might
maybe.
get extra minutes next game and just pop off.
Yeah. Who knows? It's hard to say, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was just an interesting little storyline, I guess. Tatum not playing, but again, Tyrese Halliburton is also on the roster, and over the last 3 games, he's only played 7 minutes. So but no one's saying anything about that.
Yeah, I think they're trying to break the Pacers up.
Yeah, exactly. Right? But that's what I don't know. And I mean, I don't know. Embiid only played 11 minutes versus Serbia, so it's I don't know. It is weird looking at the the box score after the game and not seeing Jayson Tatum's name, but
Was Embiid sick? Because I thought he was I heard he was sick or something.
yeah, he might have had it. I'm actually not totally sure about that. He might have had an illness, but still out there, still doing work for Team USA.
Yeah, he's gonna come back strong. People are too doubtful, I think.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of boos, as you mentioned, Justin. Kind of, is he Joel Embiid as the American? He really could have played for France, but he also could have played for Cameroon, but they weren't in the Olympics, of course, or at least they weren't as a men's basketball team. But he could have played for the French national team, which would have been very interesting to him. Wembanyama and Gobert would have been something. But, yeah, I think he's been getting a lot of boos because obviously the Olympics this year are in Paris. So not a fan favorite, I guess, is how you could put it.
Yeah, I honestly didn't even think about that somehow, that he's in his native country, I suppose. But I've been seeing a lot of hate for how he's been flopping in the Olympics. He's been pulling his famous move, trying to get the guy's arm in his shooting pocket, trying to get that foul, and these international refs they're not with it. So I think the fans are finally catching on that, this guy's he's a cheap player,
I mean,
a soft player.
he's been the same player his whole career. I've been saying it for years. That guy's one of the biggest floppers in the league.
And we can
Wow.
also thank Harden for, teaching him some of the veteran tricks too.
Well, I think obviously the reffing is different in the Olympics, which probably doesn't suit his game, but he's so dominant and skillful. I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to come back strong.
Yeah. I feel like, ironically, had he gone to a team like France, he might have looked better because that's a team that could have played totally around Embiid. But now he's kind of just got to fit in where he can on Team USA. But I don't know. He's trying to get a gold medal. So
another terrible game. I mean, we haven't even seen Embiid play that guy Jokic in 4 years. He's been ducking smoke, but he finally plays Jokic. He has a bad game. What does that say?
Right. Team full of all-stars around him.
I mean,
Hey,
Jokic
but he still got the win,
center.
though.
Yeah.
Was that?
Jokic is the superior center.
I think I agree.
My book.
I think
My
I
book.
agree.
I mean, I don't know. He doesn't have many photos of Michelob Ultras and ski goggles, Not yet, at least. But I guess kind of sticking with the Celtics talk a little bit. Kawhi Leonard was initially on the roster for Team USA, but because of an injury, I guess management, we could say, Team USA decided to replace him, and the decision was to replace him with Derrick White, another Boston Celtic. So I guess my question really is, do you think that was the right decision? Do you guys think Derrick White was... I mean, I don't know if you've really watched a lot of the games. How do you think he's played thus far? And again, do you think he was That was the right player to pick to replace Kawhi.
I don't care how good he's playing. I don't care about none of that. He was not the guy to pick. Everybody
Who
knows.
was the guy?
Everybody's talking about it on social media. It should have been Jaylen Brown. It should have been Jaylen Brown. And if it wasn't him, should have been my boy. It should have been Brunson.
I don't know about Brunson.
It should have been Josh Hart instead of Derrick White, bro. It should have been Josh
All right,
Hart.
now. All right, now.
White.
I'll take Derrick White. But you're right. I think Jayson Tatum got snubbed. And
Jayson Tatum?
I meant Jaylen Brown. My fault.
Yeah.
My fault. And he's obviously pissed about it too, with what he's been saying. I think he said he wasn't surprised by the move. And I think he was alluding to the fact that it's like a Nike thing. And he doesn't rock with Nike. So he thinks there's some sort of, so that might be some real shenanigans going on.
Yeah, I had to read about that because he did tweet. So it's not just like some weird like conspiracy theory. He actually did say, I think of it could be about like Nike. That's like kind of like playing into the part why he didn't make the team. But I guess back in when Kyrie Irving was dropped by Nike, when he was still at the Brooklyn Nets, Jaylen Brown like made comments about Nike and how like they don't have great ethics because of what they did. And also, I'm pretty sure he's been like a sneaker free agent for like the past couple of years. He's kind of just worn like whatever sneakers he wants, really. And I'm pretty sure every time he's like worn Nikes, he's like kind of faded out the logo, the swoosh on his shoes. So I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just one thing that could be part of the reason why he's not on the team. I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but who knows?
Is there any other player you'd rather see besides Jaylen Brown in Derrick White's place?
Yeah, see, like that's the thing, replacing Kawhi in terms of like what kind of player would you want to replace Kawhi? I think Jaylen Brown would have been a good decision. Another like wing player with good size, good shot making, good athlete, can play defense, all the things. But Derrick White's not a bad decision whatsoever. He just won a championship, and you can say, oh, well, take the guy that won Finals MVP. But I felt like Derrick White, he can kind of fit in where, like I said, with like Embiid, it's hard seeing him kind of fit in with this team. I think Derrick White can just slot in to like any roster and make them better.
I guess you do need a couple bozos to just slap him.
Wow.
No, I'm not giving that guy any respect.
That's crazy.
Like, what do you mean? That guy's a ring. He was
I don't care.
Right.
The guy was a big player on that team. The guy helped them win the championship. He could help Team USA get to the
Thanasis Antetokounmpo as a ring. I don't care about none of that.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Yeah, but he wasn't actually playing. That guy was just sitting on the bench.
Jeez.
Yeah, quit yapping.
I don't know. I felt like I don't know. I think another thing why we were like, oh, well, it should have been Jaylen Brown is because he has been so vocal about it. But, like you said, Justin, Jalen Brunson hasn't said anything. He was on last year's World Cup roster, or for the FIBA World Cup. Paolo Banchero, he was on last year's roster. He hasn't really said anything about it. Mikal Bridges, these are all guys who were just, there for the, I guess, selection process, whatever you want to call it, but didn't make the cut either, and they haven't really said anything about it. So I do feel like it's kind of getting blown out of proportion. I'm sure like it's hard to say from my standpoint. I'm not the one that's getting snubbed, not there out in Paris competing for a gold medal, but it is what it is.
Do you think were there any players that just didn't want to play? Like maybe they got offered, but they just didn't want to do it.
This year, you mean?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I feel like that's happened in the past, though. I feel like I remember someone's like turning down. Maybe not for the Olympics, but like for one of like the, just world games, like in the past couple of years. But I don't know about this year. I felt like everyone that was asked probably said yes. I mean, just look at the roster,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like Derrick White. I think he's been really good for Team USA this summer. And sorry, Jaylen Brown. That's all I can say. You have a Finals MVP, so you had a good summer. He's had a very eventful summer, to say the least. He's been in the news a lot for someone that just won a championship. He had the alleged brawny comments at Summer League, and now, a lot of Olympic stuff he's getting into. So it's the summer of Jaylen Brown, really.
Hey, guys, having a blast.
Yeah, what up, JB?
Yes, sir. Well, I now I just want to talk about some other teams that, that are competing for the gold medal that could pose a threat to Team USA. I don't know if you guys have watched any of the other teams thus far, but I mean, who do you think poses the biggest threat to Team USA? Do you think Team USA really is going to have any issue defeating any of these squads? Or do you think it'll just be kind of a cakewalk to the gold medal?
I want to hear what you have to say, Toby.
I think-
in our little group chat, you were hating the other day.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some issues.
Okay.
All right, now here's the deal, though. I believe that Team USA will win. But I think this year is different. It's not like, the dream team and the redeem team. I think a lot of the other national teams are a lot better than previous years. And in particular, I think we might all agree with this, but I think Team Canada poses the biggest threat to Team USA. Because their whole team is just NBA players.
Yeah, I agree, Toby. Canada is definitely the biggest threat. I actually looked it up. I looked at a couple of the rosters. Every player besides one guy, which I cannot remember his name, I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but all but one guy on Team Canada is in the NBA. And most of them are solid players. Like, they have SGA and a couple superstars, but they don't have any like bums just on the roster. Like most of these guys are serviceable NBA players. But
Yeah, I mean, they're not all stars, but like all it takes is one game.
oh yeah.
They feel like they're underdogs and they just start popping off. And then Team USA just gets punched in the face.
Yeah. I mean, it's happened before. But like you said earlier, Jorie, Jayson Tatum was the only American on the All NBA first team. So, the game's changing, boys. The game's changing. It's a worldwide game now. Everybody from everywhere has a hoop somewhere. So we might even come a day where all three All NBA teams, there's not even one American on it.
Yeah, man.
But
It's changing.
yeah, I do think Canada is, the favorite other than Team USA. They got some dogs. They got some dogs on that Team Canada team. But Australia's got a couple guys on there. Germany, Dennis Schroeder was the FIBA MVP last year.
Germany's big too.
France is low key kind of scary because if you think about the international rules, there's like no goaltending. So that guy Wembanyama can just stand under the hoop, avoid a 3-second call, and flick anything off the rim that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
So I think France might, if they put in a good game plan, I think Wemby and Rudy and my boy Knicks legend Frank the Tank might sneak a win in. Frank Ntilikina. But this isn't a team that I think will cause any problems. It's actually South Sudan who we're about to play. Shout out to Luol Deng, bro. Shout out to Luol Deng for getting South Sudan specifically, but just Africa in general. He's getting them right, dude. I saw that he's got his own foundation to, set up outdoor hoops, indoor hoops, get the youth in Africa, get them onto something, get them into hoops.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
He's a big ambassador for the NBA in Africa.
They South Sudan played Team USA to like the buzzer almost in their exhibition game a couple days ago. I think that was the game LeBron hit the game-winning layup. But yeah, man, they're a good team. They're definitely a good team, and they've only been a country, or they've only had like an independence for like 11 years, I think.
I didn't know that.
And that's ridiculous that they're even in the Olympics right now, but more or less competing for a gold medal and going toe-to-toe with the best team in the world probably in Team USA.
Yeah.
So shout out
They
South
find a way to
Sudan.
beat the USA. I think every player on the USA should just just retire.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But you guys all hit on the teams that I also mentioned. You know, Canada, like you said, Justin, a team full of NBA players. They have SGA, Jamal Murray, RJ Barrett, Lou Dort, Dwight Powell, Trey Lyles, Kelly Olynyk, Andrew Nembhard, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Dylan Brooks, and Kem Birch. Those are the roster. And then I think you said there's one other player not in the NBA, but like, I don't know. That's a pretty good team. Like you said, Justin, as well, France. I watched a part of the game that they played against Brazil, and they were actually trailing by quite a bit, I felt like, in like the first quarter. And then Wemby just took over. They just started feeding Wemby, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy is going to be a problem for so long. Just hitting like turnaround jumpers, like making every guy on the floor look so small. But yeah, France is definitely a good team. And then Germany, I really like Germany. They won last year's FIBA tournament. They also played Team USA in like a exhibition game this summer, and they played them pretty well. The Wagner brothers, Dennis Schroeder, like you said, Justin, and they have one guy who's not in the NBA, who the broadcast mentioned a lot. His name is Andreas Obst, I think his name, and he's like one of the best shooters apparently in the whole tournament. And he was shooting that thing against Team USA. So, like you said, Toby, it just takes one game. You know, it just takes one game. The team's just got to get hot, and anything can happen. Anything can happen. But,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. Justin, anything else before we get to our last thing here? Cruising along.
Yeah, I mean, no, let's keep her going.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of looking pretty far ahead down the line. But 2028, I think that Olympics is going to be in the United States. It's going to be in LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
So, you know, we'll be the host country. But I was kind of looking at the roster, and from at least to my best guess, I would assume that in 2028 they're going to need to replace at least 4 players, and that's LeBron, Steph, KD, and Drew Holiday. Again, that's just, who knows? Steph could still be playing, KD could still be playing, LeBron could still be playing at like 43 or whatever. But are there any players that you guys would like to see on that roster in a couple of years? You know, anyone that might have played in like a World Cup, or anyone that might not have any Team USA experience that you would like to see?
Well, I would like to see Anthony Edwards back. I think he's gonna be even better. You know, one of the best players in the league, I think, at that point, as long as he stays healthy, obviously. I want to see LeBron James back at age 44 with his son Bronny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think that would be sick. Imagine if they won a gold medal.
Jeez. That would actually be pretty cool.
I want to see Jaylen Brown. I want to see him get some, get a chance to get a gold medal himself. Paolo. I think he's what? He's like 21 years old. He's already put
Yeah.
up like 22, 7, and 5, I think,
Mm-hmm.
efficiently. So I think 2028, a few more years to mature, he's going to be one of the best players. And then I got Cam Thomas. Once he's going to be.
What is this roster?
Actually, I take that back. He was born in Japan.
Oh.
So
So why isn't he
he's
playing
eligible.
for the Japanese national team? They're in the Olympics this year.
I mean, he's
Could have been teammates with Rui Hachimura.
an American citizen. He was just born there. I don't know if he's allowed to play there, but they would
Interesting.
probably take him.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool if he was playing for them, but
But
Justin?
yeah, Toby named a lot of the guys that I was thinking, but just the new generation of the young guys, just they're all going to be in their prime, entering their prime by then. Ant, Halliburton, Scoot Henderson, who didn't have the best rookie year, but I think is still going to be nice. Like all the comps, the Westbrook and Rose comps, like I don't think he'll be bad. Jalen Green, I really like Jalen Green. Paolo, Scotty Barnes, and then the Thompson twins. If we had both of the Thompson twins in the Olympics, that would be tough. And the whole Nova Knicks squad. Slap them all in there. All four of them. Slap them in there.
No. How about I got one for you. How about Cooper Flag?
I was actually thinking about that, Toby. I was thinking about that because he'll be in the league by then. And you mentioning LeBron, they don't have to be in the NBA to be in the Olympics. They can pick up any old USA basketball player that they want. They don't have to be in the league. If LeBron's, a year or two out of retirement and they're like, yo, Bron, slide on us, he might do it, bro. He might do it.
He might do it, actually. He might. I mean, he's trying to be the GOAT. That might solidify him as the GOAT if he plays in 2028.
He would have 5 gold medals, right? If he did that, if he went there and won this year and in 28, he would have 5.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people already think he's the GOAT right now.
Wait, would he? Because Jorie, weren't you saying that Kevin Durant?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is the only one that would be
he lost in 2004. So, and then he played in 20. Yeah, he only has 2 gold medals.
What?
Yeah, he has the gold medal in 2008 and 2012. And then he got bronze in 2004. And then he didn't play, I guess, in 2016 or the last Olympics in Tokyo. But Durant has 3, and if he wins this year, he would have 4. And he would be the first 4-time Olympic gold medalist in men's basketball.
I think that would officially put him as the Olympic GOAT over Melo if he had 4, because I think Melo's got 3.
Yeah, I think so.
How many medals does that guy Michael Phelps have?
Talk about basketball too. You're not
I don't
the
know.
whole Olympics.
I know, but I'm just saying that guy's the Olympic GOAT.
That's a great question, though, Toby.
Over Usain Bolt?
Yeah. That guy's the human fish.
The human fish. Well, I'm looking now, and I'm not going to go through all of this, but in 2004 alone, he won 6 gold medals. That was just one Olympic game, so. And, yeah, this is ridiculous, dude. I did see, we were kind of getting a little off track, but I did watch one of the swimming events. I think it was like a 400-meter IM. I don't know where they got to do all the different, swimming strokes. And I think it was like some French kid who was like maybe like 21 or younger, and he almost broke Michael Phelps' world record. He was off by like a couple tenths of a second or a couple hundreds of a second or something.
Dang.
And to do it in front of his home country is pretty cool. But yeah, man. I guess back to the question I originally asked. I think you guys hit on a lot of names though. Brunson, Paolo. I said Tyrese Maxey. He's a guy who's kind of up and coming. He's still young. I don't know if he really has any Team USA experience, but I mean, I would imagine in like 4 years he's going to be one of the best players in the NBA. So it might be hard to deny. I also said Zion. He can, stay healthy, of course. I hope he does. But he would be a lot of fun. I feel like in the Olympics, just a force to be reckoned with. And then, did anyone say Cooper Flag?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Toby.
we talked about it a little bit.
Oh, okay. Sorry. And then, Chet Holmgren.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Chet Holmgren. Trae Young.
Eh.
Eh?
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, he's like kind of Steph a little bit.
All right.
Similarities.
I'm a Trae Young hater. So.
And then I said Brandon Miller and Jalen Williams. Two guys who are still pretty young, who probably haven't reached their, ceilings yet, but in 4 years they could be very good. So
I really like Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
But you think they're beating out a guy like Devin Booker? Or
Yeah, that's the thing.
Jayson Tatum?
It's hard to say, in
I'm
4 years.
just naming guys who aren't on the team. I'm just thinking of guys who weren't on the team, other than Hallie and Edwards, who I said. But
There's gonna be some snubs.
Yeah, man.
I'm really excited to see Paolo progress by 2028.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
it's not like anything matters. Knicks are going to be coming off a 4-peat in 2028.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
The Nova Knicks.
Yeah, they're.
Well, I don't know. That's really it. We kind of breezed through this, guys. I don't know. You guys got any more takes? Anything you want to say about Team USA?
Shout out Katie Ledecky.
Yeah.
Shout out to Noah Lyles, even though he's a USA basketball hater.
Is he a USA basketball hater, or is he an NBA world champion hater?
He's a hater. He was hating.
Yeah, he
Fair
was
enough.
hating. He was hating.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, USA. Shout out Team USA, the Olympics.
Shout out to this guy. Where is he? 2012 Olympic team. One of the best Olympic teams to do it. All right.
Shout out, go USA.
Okay.
What, you didn't like that? Okay.
No. Speaking
Fair
of
enough.
baseball, shout out to Jazz Chisholm,
Yes, sir.
New York Yankees. New inquiry. Just gotta say.
2024 World Series champions inbound.
Yeah, I think so.
2025 NBA champions. 2024 NFL champions.
Nah, you're bugging.
Times is about to prove a lot of people wrong.
You're bugging.
Nah, you know what? For our 10 viewers who watch this video, this guy Toby is the biggest flip-flopper. The guy's a Brooklyn fan, a Yankees fan, and an Eagles fan. We're not having that around here.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing right with that.
It's just family.
At least Jorie's all Denver. At least he's all Denver. I don't know why Denver, but at least he's all Denver.
Woo!
Dad's side was Yankees fans. Mom's side was Eagles fans. And I'm a Nets fan because they were New Jersey.
You should have jumped ship when they jumped ship.
No. I'm not a traitor.
They did you dirty, Toby. You can't stick along while they disrespect you like that.
I mean, it's all right. You guys are the little brother now in New York.
Yeah,
So.
Wow.
We just stole your best player, like taking candy from a baby. I don't want to hear it.
We just stole your future. Yeah. We're about to be
Yeah, man.
nice in 2030.
In 2030. Yep. Shout out the 13-year-old who's ever going to be the future Brooklyn Net.
Probably some French freak that's like 10 foot tall.
Maybe they're listening to this podcast right now.
If that's you, shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, future Brooklyn Net.
Shout us out. Shout us out in your draft. Your interview.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Couldn't have got here without Justin, Toby, and Jorie.
We put you on game. And you know it.
Yes, sir. All right, boys. Well, it's fun. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Anything else you want to say before we sign off here?
Peace out,
Nope.
gangy.
All right. Enjoy the Olympics. And, yeah, we'll be seeing you.